Welcome to Whiskey's a Journey. My name is Peter Faciano. Today's Wednesday. It's another segment of Sip It or Skip It. If you're not familiar with this episode, I have all of my whiskeys randomized on my phone. I'm going to spin the wheel. Whatever it selects, I'm going to pull it off the shelf, do a quick review, and let you know if I'm going to keep sipping on the bottle until it's gone and then replace it because I like it. Or once the bottle's gone, I'm going to skip buying it and move on to something else. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what we are reviewing today. All right, we have Silkie. I believe this is I want to say a peated Irish whiskey. Pretty sure it's a peated Irish whiskey. Let me go ahead and grab it off the shelf, pour it, and then give it a review. All right, I think I was pretty much correct. This is a peated Irish whiskey, and it is a blended Irish whiskey. Just like always, the information for the whiskey is right here, along with my Sip It or Skip It tallies up to this point. I also have a document in the description below that you can take a look at for all of my Sip It or Skip It's up to this point. All right. I think it's been a while since I've done an Irish whiskey. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the nose. It smells pretty sweet, and I do immediately get a little bit of a smoke note. Not much, but it is there. So let's get this thing on the nose. That smells a lot different than what I thought it was going to smell like. It's been a long time since I've had this before, and it's pretty inexpensive, or at least the time that I bought this was $40.99. And I probably should have just taken a look at the ABV, 46%. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, 46% ABV. Get a little bit of smoky, charred pineapple. A little bit of ethanol comes through as far as a like an alcohol nose or an alcohol flavor. Sorry, not flavor, an alcohol scent, maybe like acetone a little bit, but acetone in the best possible way. It's not an offensive nose at all, but I do like the small amounts of vanilla that are kind of behind that smoke note. And when I'm taking a look at peated whiskeys or whiskeys that have that smoke note to it, I always categorize it into three categories, or at least that's where I kind of place the peated whiskey notes. Band-Aid iodine, smack dab in the middle, is a campfire or a smoldering log, and then the very other side is going to be those savory meat, those burnt meat, burnt caramelized sugar notes, smoked meat flavors, very savory. It's on that side. This is going to be smack dab in the middle. I get a burnt log, smoldering log, campfire note. Vanilla, that acetone note is now kind of going away a little bit, but that charred pineapple note is going to be probably something that I get the most dominant. All right, let's go ahead and get it on the palate. All right, being a blended whiskey of, I believe it's a blend of single malts and also a little bit of grain whiskey. I think the grain is very subtle, and the malty note is a little bit more dominant than the grain. Tastes a little bit young, and that peat note is a combination of smoked log with like hints of vanilla. So if you had maybe one of those aerosols or a little, I don't know, not evaporators, but I can't remember what they're called. There's things that you put like essential oils in it, and then it emits stuff. So if it was smoke or campfire smoke along with vanilla, that's what it comes across on the palate. It's actually quite nice. I like that quite a bit. All right, but that was the first sip. Let's go ahead and get that second sip down. I want to concentrate a little bit on the finish, and maybe a little bit of a tannic note is coming through on the side of my tongue, but I want to get that second sip in just to verify that, and then we'll move on whether or not this is going to be a sip or a skip. Cheers, everybody. All right, I can say that the finish is rather short to medium. That tannic note that I was trying to look for is there, and it has a drying effect. And the oakiness is a little bit saturating on the back of the palate. And way in the back, there is a bitter note that is lingering around a little bit more than that first sip. Not fond of the bitter note. The first sip was better than the second sip. The smoky notes are still there. That grilled pineapple is there. And the vanilla note is all still there. But there's something funky happening at the back end that I am not a fan of. Let me do one more sip. Really concentrate on whether or not that funky note is there. Maybe something's going on with my palate today. I don't think so, because I did a little warm-up pour and everything was good. But that third sip with that smoky note and the grilled pineapple and the oak, there's something that is just not right at that very back end of the finish. So let me get that third sip in. Sweet up front, tannic in the mid palate, oaky finish, malty, and then that funk comes in. Yeah, that funk kind of really ruins it. It's really nice all the way up to that point, and then it falls off like a bitter cliff. The flavors disappear, the bitterness kind of lingers around. The sweetness is kind of tarnished by that bitterness, and that drying effect is now starting to come through. I like the price. I like the initial notes. As far as a sip or a skip, based on what I am experiencing, you probably are already going to guess. This is going to be a skip for me. I'm happy that I've got the bottle. I will definitely go through it, probably throw it into a cocktail, see how it does. I like the smoky notes that are coming out of here. There are some positives, but that bitter finish kind of tipped the scales there. It was all good up to that point. If you have had Silkie or any of their variations, let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. And if you have made it this far, let me quickly go over what's going on for my giveaway for August. You have to be US participants only. You can donate by clicking on that little heart with a $sign in it underneath. I think it's called a super thanks. You can donate any increment of $5. Every $5 gets you one entry into the giveaway. My first Friday flight fight is automatically going to be put into the August giveaway, so that's going to be free and clear for you. And then if you are selected as the winner, you can choose 6 2-ounce samples of anything else that I reviewed in August. This is going to be a quick turnaround for the August giveaway. I think in the first week of September, I'll do my drawing for the August winner. And then somehow, some way, you're going to have to verify your age because you have to be 21 years of age or older. And the winner can contact me through Whiskey is a Journey on Instagram. You can just DM me, or you can just send me an email, which is in the description below. All right, that's all I have for you. Wherever you're at in your journey, I hope you're enjoying it. And we'll see you on Friday with another Battle of the Bottles. Cheers, everyone.